And I'm back, Byron here. So don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe. The channel only grows with you and me. And today we are going to be talking about season 4, episode 4 of Temptation Island. So, as I like to do with all of the couples, let's just talk about them couple by couple, and we will see what I think of these couples, and we'll see what you guys think of the couples. Let's first start with Jillian and Edgar. So, Jillian, in my opinion, I honestly think she kind of already got her sights set on Tommy. She asked him out on another date. They really do seem to be hitting it off, and she states many a time she wants to kiss him, and I do know that her and Edgar had made the rule of they could kiss a person. So and like I said, with these, oftentimes with these shows, they don't have a lot of time to build these connections with these other people. So is she moving too fast? I don't know. He definitely seemed to still have his sights set on her. On the flip side of it, he dates Maria often. She spends and put a lot of her time into him, it seems. And he definitely mentions her a lot still. And only reason why I say still, because he's often talked to Marissa several times, and the conversation still comes up, Jillian. In this episode, is their 3-year anniversary, and of course he brings it up, but he appreciates the time that he spends with Marissa. So I know Marissa wants to be understanding, and she doesn't want to kind of turn him off, saying, well, if you appreciate my time, then just spend it with me. Don't be dwelling on this, that, the other. Her thoughts was that, yeah, she is scared that he's gonna end up with his girlfriend. And that's the thing, is that even if Jillian picks somebody else, i.e. Tommy, I don't know if Edgar will pick Marissa, because he just seems like his heart still at this moment is set on Jillian. But it is what it is. Okay, but the bonfire comes, and we'll start with the guys' bonfire. I liked it this season because I can't remember of the other seasons that they did both bonfires in an episode. It was usually they usually alternated, I thought. But anyway, the more the merrier. So I wrote Edgar may be moving on, but with respect for Jillian. I can see that. I forget what happened in the episode, but of course he still dwells on how quickly she can get past their, I guess it was a promise ring, and how Jillian wants to kiss another person. And the sad thing is that she rarely brings him up. I don't know. I'm about 3 minutes into the two of them, and let's just move on. So Iris and Luke. So we'll make up some time here, because Iris, of course, George still wants to be there for her. And you know what? I'm not saying that she's making a mistake here. I definitely want her to take time out for herself and figure out what it is that she wants, whether she wants to be back with Luke, or she just wants to be a young lady and just explore and do some adventures and things on her own. If I was her, I think George looked like he's a little bit older than her, but I'd at least keep him around for a while. Not to lead him on, keep him around, but I would at least just keep that friendship there, because sometimes you think, okay, I've already done this for 9 months to a year. This is not the type of person that I am. I've found out as much as I want to see. I'm ready to settle down again. This guy's waiting for me. Let's give it a try. So I just kind of think that's where she should be there. At the guys' bonfire, it says, I wrote down that they really can't edit, because it makes it seem like she wanted George. Luke is a little jealous. And that was true. I mean, when they edit these people, especially when they showed in a bonfire, because we get to see it in its entirety, and they really put the image in the other person's head that somehow, yeah, I don't know. Well, I love how they piece it together and make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. because that's the only thing that that person sees. But is it really fair? Comment below. Like, if they edit something, and if you're watching the show, you've seen the edits when they did the bonfires this week. I know at least 3 of them, it made it seem like they were, it was bits and pieces from different parts, and they made it seem like it was just one whole thing that made it into something that I don't think it really was. All right, let's talk Lascelles and Ashley. So here's the thing. Let's just start with Ashley first. She's dating Blake, and she seems to have a really good time with him. He definitely does seem like something opposite of what she does, and she's getting that emotional connection with him, and it's what it is. Lascelles sees her bonfire clip, and it's eye-opening for him. He is not necessarily see, here's the thing with the 2 of them. I mean, you can say you love someone, but I don't know if they were actually in love, because that emotional part that comes from being in love, they just don't seem to have. And when he expresses himself as he talks about what he saw in her clip, it's kind of like, I don't know. You guys watched it. You tell me. I honestly can agree or disagree, or I don't know. I just thought it was, I don't know. You guys tell me. Comment below. That one kind of tripped me up a little bit. But let's talk about Lascelles and Trace. So, of course, he comes to her, and, you know, she's still on the bit of, and again, they don't have a lot of time here in this thing, so I understand how she wants to stake her claim to him, but he wants to get to know some of the other girls. There's not a lot of time, X, Y, and Z. So she tells him, she rejects his date to go on a 3rd date. And, you know, it's a risky move. And, you know, it's kind of like, careful what you wish for, because if you're gonna, well, and some people like a little bit of a cat and mouse game, and, you know, the back and forth and the thrill of the chase. So, I mean, I think it's working into her favor. He ends up asking Bree out on the date, and Bree and Trace is really cool. So what I really liked about Bree is that pretty much on the date they talked about her, as you know, and then she goes right back to Trace and let her know what was up. So hopefully in this next episode, Trace got her together, and she's going to not try to play this cat and mouse game with this man, because I could see him easily moving on with someone else. So that was pretty much the thing for them. Like I said again, Ashley and Blake, they have some really good conversations. It doesn't really go too much for me. Ash and Henya, let's just start with Ash first. You guys know I always look at my notes. I watch a lot of shows once a week, and then I come and sit down and discuss them with you guys. So Ash, she's on a date with Taylor. It's no secret. The bonfire, he's back in her bed, and you know, Ash is, I mean, Henya, I think, is really going through it. He came there thinking that it was pretty much going to be all about him, and I think that he thought that she was just going to be boohooing and crying and this, that, the other, and not really fulfilling the needs that she wanted to fulfill. And I honestly think that he's so surprised by that, because every time he sees her in those bonfires, a little bit, I think, of him just breaks down more and more. So you know what, good for her. And in the end, she maybe even just realized, you know what, you're just not for me. And the sad thing is that I think by the end of this, he's gonna realize she was for him. So, I mean, he's gonna realize she was for him. Yeah. So, Henya, he's dating Karina. He wants his relationship to work with Ash. I believe that's kind of what their conversation was about. I wrote on the bonfire that he's going through it. But I'm not upset, because of all of the things that he came in episode 1, episode 2, thinking that it was going to be the best time of his life. And she's pretty much finding her brand new life. And I'm thinking, you know what, good for you. in the girls' bonfire, and this was where the editing comes in really good, because they were like doing the truth or dare game, which was very innocent, and they showed the clip of Henya sucking a hickey on one of the girls' thighs, and of course, in Ash's eyes, it seems like he's just doing this, that, and the other. And honestly, and I'm not Team Henya, but honestly, it was just a simple game of truth or dare. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys think of this episode of Temptation Island. Are you guys watching? I don't know. But anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Good night.